Have you ever wondered what happens when we die? I mean, really wondered. We tell ourselves stories, whisper comforting words about heaven and peace. But what if I told you? What if I told you I saw it? Not in some hazy dream, but with a clarity sharper than anything I've ever experienced in this life. And what I saw, what I was shown, it was beautiful, beyond words. But nestled within that beauty was a secret. A secret so immense, so fundamental to the very fabric of existence, that it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying in its implications. And it changed everything I thought I knew, everything I thought was real. My name is Josh, and this is my story. It started on a Monday, June 24th, 2024. Just a regular Monday. I was heading into work at the kitchen, same as always. Prep work, line cook, whatever needed doing. Didn't feel amazing that morning. A bit tired, but you know how it is, you push through. Coffee, that's the answer, right? Started brewing a pot, walked back to my prep station, and then it hit me. Like a furnace turned on inside my chest. Suddenly I was burning up, drenched in sweat. Panic started to creep in. I stumbled into the walk-in freezer, trying to gasp for air, trying to cool down. My heart was hammering a frantic drum against my ribs. I thought maybe just a panic attack, a really bad one. But then the coughing started, a brutal, tearing cough that felt like someone was shoving a brick into my lungs. This wasn't panic, this was wrong. I bolted to the manager's office, voice cracking, barely able to breathe. "Call 911, I gasped. "Heart attack! I'm having a heart attack!" Bless him, he didn't hesitate, dialed instantly. Those paramedics, they were there in minutes. Thank God we were close to the hospital. I remember them lifting me onto the stretcher, the world tilting sideways. Then, in the back of the ambulance, one of them, his voice calm amidst the chaos, said, "Josh, you're having a heart attack right now. But listen to me. I got you. We got you. Am I gonna die?" I choked out. He looked me straight in the eye, no hesitation. "Not on my truck, you're not." They gave me something for the pain, and thank God it worked fast. The world started to blur around the edges. Next thing I knew, I was being rushed into an operating room. A nurse handed me my phone. My wife. I had to call my wife. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely dial. I managed to tell her, my voice weak, "Honey, hospital, heart attack." Then the pain exploded again. This time it was unbearable, like my chest was being ripped open from the inside. I couldn't breathe. I was thrashing, fighting for air that wouldn't come. Time, it lost all meaning. I could sense, feel, my wife was close. Her presence, a fragile anchor in the storm raging inside me. And then silence, pain, gone. Suddenly I was above the operating room, looking down at myself. Lying on the table, doctors and nurses swarming around. My first thought, clear as a bell, "Oh, I'm dead. No fear, just acceptance." Well, I thought, time to move on. I expected a tunnel, a light, something, nothing. One moment I was looking down at my lifeless body. The next, I was in a forest. But not like any forest you've ever seen on Earth. Imagine, light, solid and yet not. Everything shimmering, pulsating with an energy that vibrated through me, even though I didn't have a body, not in the way I knew it. It was like feeling the entire forest with my being. And the feeling, oh God, the feeling. Love, peace, so pure, so intense, it washed over me, erasing every fear, every worry. This place, it felt designed for me, made for me, like coming home, to a home I never knew I'd left. I looked around, not with eyes, but with awareness, and I saw a fox, a beautiful, radiant fox. At first, in that overwhelming wave of love, I actually thought, is that God? But no, it was my guide, sent to lead me. The fox turned, beckoned me to follow. And I did. As we moved through this forest of light, something profound dawned on me. Time. It wasn't linear here. It wasn't ticking away, second by second. Past, present, future, all happening at once. It was breathtaking. Wow, I remember thinking, in that thought-feeling way they communicate there. Time happens all at once. That's incredible. The fox and I stopped. We were standing in front of a door. Not a wooden door, but a doorway of shimmering light. And I felt a pull. An invitation. Come in. It felt like the universe itself was whispering. So I went in, and the forest vanished. Now, I was in an office. Like a principal's office, but not. A desk, chairs on either side. Odd because I didn't have a body to sit in, yet I was seated. In front of the desk. It felt structured, comforting in a strange way. Still bathed in that incredible love and peace. I was ready to stay. I thought, this is it. This is where they tell me where I go next. And then I felt him. God. The Creator. I knew it in my heart, in every fiber of my being. He communicated, not in words, but in pure knowledge, pure understanding. He showed me. I had agreed to come back to Earth. Before I was even born, I wanted to change the deal. I didn't want to go back. This place, this feeling, it was everything. But then I was shown my life, my map. Not a movie, not a review of my past, but a map of choices. All the paths I'd taken, all the paths I could have taken. And I saw this moment, this heart attack. It was on the map. An eventuality, a potential outcome of choices I'd made. I saw the threads, the connections, and I understood. I had agreed to this. So, I agreed to go back. But before I did, I had questions. Millions of them racing through my mind. I wanted to know everything, but only one question was answered. What do prayers feel like? And then it hit me, a jolt, a surge, and I felt everything. Every single prayer directed towards me, every thought of love, of hope, of fear for me. But it wasn't just my prayers, it was everyone's. Every prayer ever uttered, every thought of love, of longing, of grief, of hope, for loved ones, for lost ones, for the world. It was a tsunami of pure, unconditional love and peace. So overwhelming, so intense, there are no words in this language to describe it. It felt like eternity, compressed into a single blinding moment. And then it was gone, just as fast as it came. And in the silence that followed, I knew. Okay, I thought, I'm ready to go back. The office vanished. I was back in the forest with my guide, the fox. Later, back in this life, I found out my grandmother's maiden name was Fox. My grandmother, my guide. As the fox led me back, she explained the life map. Not in words, but in feelings, in shared knowledge, in images flashing through my mind. She showed me, we plan our lives. We choose our parents, our experiences. We don't do it alone. There are others, guides, helpers who assist us in setting up each life. And then, the higher ones, they orchestrate it all. They determine the timing, the choices, the paths each choice leads to. And we agree to it all. Every single bit of it. The good, the bad, the pain, the joy, we agree to experience it. That's the purpose, experience, creation. And here's the terrifying secret. It's not about rewards and punishments in some simplistic way. It's about learning. What we do here, good or bad, it has consequences. But the real punishment for bad actions, it happens here, in this physical realm. And in the other realm, where we truly come from, if we keep making bad choices, if we don't learn, we have to relive it. Again and again, until we get it right. Until we learn the lessons we're here to learn. Live with good intentions, with pure love, even when you stumble, learn from it, correct it. What we do matters, but not in the way we think. It matters in how we treat each other, in whether we learn and grow. Don't hurt each other. Learn your lessons. That's it. That's terrifyingly simple. All this knowledge, all this understanding, flooding into me. But through it all, one thought kept echoing in my mind. My wife. How scared she must be. I desperately wanted to be with her. But at the same time, I didn't want to leave there. Yet I knew I had to go back. I had work to do. The Lord's work, God had said. Then, darkness, falling through realms, back towards earth, and then light, blinding, harsh, hospital light. I opened my eyes. Tubes down my throat. Couldn't speak, confused. Then the memories, crashing back. The forest, the fox, the office, the love, the secret. A nurse was there. I motioned for a pen and paper. They gave it to me. First word I wrote, wife? She'd gone home to rest, they said, but she'd be back soon. I remembered hearing her say, before she left that night, I'll be back at 6 a.m. I woke up at exactly 6 a.m. asking for her. And just as the nurse came in to take out the tubes, there she was. My wife. When I could finally breathe, finally talk, the first thing I screamed out, hoarse and weak, was, I saw God! They looked at me like I was crazy. I stayed awake as much as I could, starving, never been so hungry in my life. I asked for food, to get up, to walk. More crazy looks. They brought me a huge plate of fruit. I devoured it. 5 minutes later, I was walking laps around the ICU floor. Bathroom, talking, answering their questions. Day, year, president, social security number, everything. They were dumbstruck. 6 hours later, I was home. Home, alive. It's only been 5 days since it happened. Since I died for 2.5 minutes. The memories, they're still coming back. Clearer each day. Like pieces of a puzzle falling into place. It feels like it would take a lifetime to unpack it all. But I know every day I'm alive, more will come back. More understanding. What did I learn? That love is the fundamental force of the universe. That this life, this reality, it's a school. We're here to learn, to grow. That we plan our lives, we choose our paths, even the hard ones. And that we're all connected, part of something vast and incomprehensible. And that secret, the terrifying secret, is that it's all planned. Every joy, every sorrow, every heartbreak, every triumph, it's all part of the lesson. And we keep coming back, lifetime after lifetime, until we learn to love, until we learn to live with compassion, until we understand the true meaning of it all. It's terrifying because it takes away the illusion of randomness, of chaos. It puts the weight of responsibility squarely on our shoulders, but it's also liberating, because it means nothing is truly meaningless. Everything has purpose, even the pain, especially the pain, and that's a secret worth knowing, even if it shakes you to your core. Because once you know it, you can never look at life, at death, at anything, the same way again. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. To see beyond the veil, to understand the terrifying, beautiful truth, and to live differently because of it. I know I will, I have to, because I've seen, and I can't unsee, and the universe is waiting for us to understand, waiting for us to learn. And it's terrifyingly beautiful.